Greetings, ladles, jelly spoons, and all other non-binary kitchen utensils. This is the Gravy Wheels podcast. I am one of your hosts, Andrew.
I'm Franklin, another host.
And I'm Hova, and I get paid to be here.
That
And
bullshit.
That's the only reason I'm here.
I wish.
It kind of looks like I was about to ask you why you have a piece of lunch meat hanging from your ceiling, Andrew. Then I realized
It's a ceiling fan.
that's a fan blade.
Yep.
With a
Good
light.
job, buddy. I have a fire extinguisher, too, because I'm fancy. Or smoke detector, whatever the fuck those are called.
You know,
I wish it was a fire extinguisher. They should make those.
How do I get this to hang on my ceiling?
I've got a business proposal for you two right now.
Yes.
Okay.
Mean, how much do you need?
You know, they have all these like stupid like shower curtains and like bathroom sets and like bedspreads and all this and that. Why don't we have like crazy novelty ceiling fan blades, like pickle loaf ceiling fan blades, or pizza slice ceiling fan, or gravy wheels ceiling fan
And
blades?
I have seen ceiling fans that the blades are replaced with skateboard decks.
Oh,
So here's the
that's
thing:
hard.
So
we don't even have to produce fan blades. We could just make vinyl stickers that are like cut to fit sizing, and then we could sell them for what, $25-$30 a kit.
How much did fatheads cost?
Billions.
Yeah. We'll be fan heads.
Speaking of fatheads,
DM.
I finally found a spot for John, old John 117 over here.
Nice.
He's got a little bit of a shiny face, but there's not much I can do about that. I don't think so.
Yeah, well.
I got another.
Next step is to getting the 3-dimensional love doll. You can just pin up there.
All right,
I've got one. It's just not displayed currently, so.
real talk.
It's in the wash.
Real talk though. Who's hotter, the weapon or Cortana?
Cortana. The weapon's like, she seems like a little not all there, so I can't look at her in a sexual way. You know what I mean?
Sure, but that other robot,
Other robot. Robot?
Cortana.
Oh. Cortana was all there, and she was sassy. She knew, she was down to get down too. You could tell.
I enjoy weapon. I'm not attracted to video game AIs.
I am. God knows I am.
I do enjoy weapon. I think she's relatively amusing. I feel like that the concept of the AI that's like, oh, I'm just happy to be here, and like doesn't know a lot of things about sarcasm or shit like that is like that trope has been done so fucking much. But I think weapon's fine. I like her.
They were also like the first, maybe not the first, but one of the first to do it though.
Sure.
I mean, it's not like they're jumping on. It's an original Halo concept.
Yes, definitely not one that 2001 had 40 years ago.
No, I'm saying it didn't. I'm not saying it originated with Halo, but it's not like Infinite wrote it in to be cool. You know what I'm saying?
You did say original Halo concept though.
Original Halo, yeah, like the original Halo.
Oh, I see. Halo 1, Halo CE,
Yeah.
which stands for Championship Edition.
Is that what it stood for?
No,
What did
Combat
it-
Evolved.
Oh, that's right. Oh my god, I'm so dumb.
You knew that.
You
Andrew
did that.
just
You just
Jedi
forgot.
mind tricked you.
That's why I'm wearing this robe. Gives me Jedi powers. This is
Clearly.
a blanket. It's not a robe.
I want a shaker, dude. I need some Gigi in my life right now, bro.
You know what I did dumb today?
Huh?
Alright. I do a lot of dumb things every day. But I took my nighttime pill pack this morning instead of my daytime pill pack. So
Now you're Sleepy Joe.
Yeah. But I've got
Got some drowsies.
a way to fix that though.
Uppers. You're out of control.
What's in there? Coins, I guess.
Oh, just a Halo themed rock star.
That's one of the mental focus ones, isn't it?
Can you see in my... It's nothing but Rockstar. basically, and a bottle of ketchup. Because
you can see this one with the tab bent.
Oh, because you didn't even drink. Oh,
but I will go officially on record here and say that this fucking blackberry goji
slaps.
I think I bought 6 or 8 more flats of it the other day. It's sitting out in the garage.
What were the flats? The flats were like $20 for like 12 or something.
We finished my coffee before I drank my rocks.
It's 12. Yeah, it's a 12 pack for like 18 or something. It's not too bad.
Yeah, it's not bad at all.
Your mic keeps cutting out for me.
I'm sorry.
Who's?
Frank's. That's the second time I've noticed it. Whenever you said I did something dumb today, all I heard was dumb today. Or I'm guessing you said I did something dumb today. Or along those lines. Is this a normal flavor that's not going to go away? Does anybody know?
I hope it stays forever because I like it. I enjoy it.
I have no idea.
It's a nice one. It's a nice one for sure. So, what do you guys think about those weekly challenges that updated yesterday for Halo?
Bad.
Much bad, yeah.
Bad. The challenges themselves aren't bad. It's just that the incentive for doing them is bad.
And the challenges are only going to get better as more and more playlists are updated and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, the rewards specifically, I didn't even realize until you mentioned that it was so for context, last week, the weekly ultimate challenge, keep in mind, if you actually grind these and finish them out, it doesn't take a super long time. I usually end up getting them finished by like the weekend or during the weekend. So then you have to wait until Tuesday until you get new weekly challenges. If you complete all the weekly challenges, then you get the ultimate challenge. And if you complete the ultimate challenge, then you get the ultimate unlock, the ultimate reward for doing so. And last week was a background that goes behind your nameplate. So basically like think banner in Call of Duty. There's like a background behind that. Or was it? Yeah, it was a background, right? And it was just 2 zeros. It was double. Yep. It was 2 zeros.
2 zeros that was like
with
a little star at the bottom.
Yeah, super fucking lame. Not very into it, and not even like opinion wise. Like it's pretty objectively like it was very simple and bad and not worth a grind for a week. And then so it was like, all right, they won, whatever. And keep in mind they're probably on holiday break right now, so you have to give them that too. But it updated yesterday, and now it's a fucking emblem. No, it's just an emblem of like Master Chief doing something. It's like better looking.
I can tell you exactly what it is because I've seen it before. It's a circle with like sort of Master Chief's like side, sort of like his hip in it, and a hand that's at the hip, and the hand is holding a dog tag.
And it's not just an emblem that you can like put on your nameplate and a weapon and a warthog. It's specifically a weapon emblem. So you can only put that on a weapon, which is big, and you're barely going to see it in the game anyways. And it's just like, we're supposed to be waking up and finding these weekly challenge rewards and being like, fuck yeah, this is going to keep me playing for 7 days because I got to get all these challenges and I've got to unlock that. And they're dropping double zeros and fucking Master Chief's fucking Arthur fist in the goddamn rewards.
Well, let's get the full context for this though, because of the weird way that they've coded the way the game works. So this emblem has actually been a previous weekly reward, but it was for your profile. It was just an icon that you like made your little banner thing. Not the background, but the banner itself. It had a little icon. And so now you're unlocking the same thing, but for weapons. And if they're going to go through with this, you're going to have to unlock it 2 more times. Once for vehicles, because you can put little icons on vehicles.
Once for armor.
And once for your armor, yeah. So they really need to like reconsider how they're distributing that, because that's lackluster rewards 4 times. Every shitty reward became 4 shitty rewards. Like nobody cares about like your icons and shit. It's like you want weapon skins, you want armor shaders, you want shoulder pads, helmets, shit like that people will notice.
I get that they've got to like stretch out content. They can't take. you can't be a sniper skin every week because obviously
Sure.
they're going to run out of things to monetize the game, and it was free to play. And unfortunately, I feel like 343 was kind of put in this position where like they didn't even have enough trust in themselves, or maybe not themselves, but in the success of the game to make it a paid title. So they made this decision a long time ago, assumingly, that it was going to be a free to play game. And because of that, that completely restructures the entire unlocks and reward system. Because if you look at the Master Chief Collection, it is damn near the definition of perfect as far as unlockables in a game goes. You have multiple seasons that are coming out. Those seasons never expire and go away. You can always go back. Like right now, there's like over 10, I think, seasons in Master Chief Collection. At any point, you can go back and unlock shit from Season 2 or Season 3 that was like over a year ago. You can do that. And the way that you get that is the same. You get daily and weekly challenges and shit like that. And you get like these little... it's basically a currency. You get like some of the challenges you only get one. Some of the harder challenges you'll get 3 or 5 or whatever. And you build up that currency, and then you use those currency as a tier skip. You spend 1 point for a tier skip to unlock that level of the season pass. So think of the same season pass that's infinite, but you spend that currency to unlock each one instead of it being XP based. Also, in the shop, or they call it the exchange, so you have daily and weekly items and shit like that. That same exact currency is used to buy those individual skins. So it's like fucking perfect, because all you have to do is grind challenges to get those that in-game currency, and then you use that as your tier skip currency and the daily exchange, weekly exchange, etc., etc. But the problem is that we're talking about a free-to-play game. You can't have that system in Halo Infinite where it's purely based on fucking earning these tokens that are unlocked in gameplay whenever you're trying to monetize a free-to-play game. So they kind of, like, it was such a good thing, because right now everybody's talking about Halo. No one's really talking about COD. Definitely no one's talking about Battlefield. There's all kinds of new players checking it out. And it's free. So everybody, that's the easiest thing. It's like, it's free. Fucking try it out. And everybody's trying it, and most people are loving it. But they kind of shot themselves in the foot at the same time, because the hardcore Halo players that have been here, the whole fucking time and are loving it. And even the new people coming over, it's like the progression sucks because they can't really figure out how the fuck to monetize the game.
It's something... Well, I mean, when MCC came out, it was also super fucked up. It bears repeating. It did not launch in a good state.
Right.
But they did stick with it, and they did keep changing it until it finally got to the point where it is now, where it's quite good, and it's much smarter. I had
that debate on Twitter yesterday, and I saw someone bring up that exact same thing, and the only problem with that is, and sometimes even I forget, fucking MCC came out in 2013. I mean, it took at least 5 years for... Wait, is that right? Even if it's not...
I know it took a long time.
I think 2014. Yeah, it came out in 2014. It took at least 5 years for them to figure that out, and from it being, like, literally unplayable, and at least with Infinite, that's not the case, right? But it went from, like, trash on all fronts to, like, if you log into MCC now, it's fucking amazing. I don't know why they haven't just launched that shit free to play. But the difference with Infinite is... Like, okay, yeah, I have trust that 343 can turn shit around because we saw it with MCC, but it's a totally different experience because they have to figure out how to have these cool in-game unlocks and a system that works, but also pay for the fucking game.
Well, MCC also not only having bad, just the cosmetic and progression system being bad when it launched. How many of the Halo games did it actually launch with? Because I know it didn't launch with all of them.
I think it was just like 1, 2, and 3 original, or maybe it went all the way up to 5. But like they added Reach later. There might not have been multiplayer for all of them at first. I don't remember exactly how it worked. I remember you couldn't LAN it. It was completely broken. Like, you had to have an online connection to have a LAN connection, which didn't make any fucking sense, and it was broken as shit. There was people like, getting your friends in a lobby was impossible. You would start matches up in matchmaking, and it would be like it's supposed to be 4v4 Slayer, and there'd be like 6 people on one team and 2 people on the other team, and I mean, it was fucking beyond broken. Like and that's just the multiplayer. I remember there was a lot of issues with campaigns too. I think Halo 3 co-op campaign is still fairly broken to this day. Like they're still trying to figure that shit out.
We tried to play co-op once. Was it Halo 2 or 3?
It was 3, and it was laggy as fuck, and we
was
thought it was
unplayable.
like my connection or something, but the more I looked into it, I'm pretty sure that's just something that's been plaguing Halo 3 co-op in the Master Chief Collection, unfortunately. Because that's like their dynasty or whatever, you know what I mean? That's like their legacy, title. That's like their flagship, selling point. Like, look at our entire Halo lobby. Come buy this, and it makes having an Xbox worth it. And it's like, but it is pretty good now. It's way better than what it was.
I really didn't play Halo since like Halo 2.
Mm-hmm.
I played like a little bit of like maybe which one had Forge? Which one did Forge come out on?
It was
3.
3.
Is that 3?
Yep.
So I played like none of the Halo 3 campaign, but I played like some shit on Forge. But like I haven't played since like I moved away. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Really? But like it's fun, and I really like the open world aspect of the campaign though. Multiplayer, I like it. What I like about the multiplayer though is, dude, I'm a slut and I will buy everything that goes onto that store. Like I've got cat ears now. I mean, like, dude, it's awesome. And then I've got
That's how I am too. Yeah, the pricing needs a little tweaking.
Yeah, definitely.
But
They need to do that. They need to maybe start selling some a la carte things instead of all these bundles, because a lot of bundles are like padded out with shit that you don't fucking care about at all.
Yeah.
And then
I
like
noticed. I wonder if they're listening a little bit. Did you guys see the bacon pizza pack? They called it the snack pack or snack attack or something like that.
Yeah.
So it was like 2, or I think it was the same emblem. It was like a bowl of cereal, but you get it for player card,
Everything.
weapon, and vehicles. Yeah, and then the pizza, and then the bacon, and it was 700 points, which is basically $7. So I thought that was like a really decent price point. I mean, could it be 5? Sure, yeah, but are we gonna bitch about $2 more? Like, I don't think it's that bad at all. I think their pricing on that makes sense, in my opinion.
I think it's a little high. I think it could be 5.
I guess
honestly,
for charms,
because,
I mean,
exactly, they're charms. It's like
Yeah.
they're not even that cool. The only person who's going to see them is you, unless somebody else picks up your gun, and that's like, that's fine. I guess it's just like it just seems like too much for me.
are camos client side? Are they
Weapon
Does
skins.
everybody? Yeah, do everybody see camos? I can't
Yeah.
remember.
Everybody sees
do?
weapon skins, yeah.
See,
and if you pick up a weapon somebody else picked up initially, it has their skin on it.
yeah,
Yeah, right, like once they drop it, it keeps their skin. Yeah.
because I picked up somebody's Nerf rifle before I had the Nerf pack. Before I had the Nerf.
Yeah.
I think one thing that they could do to like make that little $7 pack better is just throw, like the classic Black Ops 2, throw a fucking bacon skin in there. You know what I mean? Where you can, where your whole fucking your whole gun just looks like it's wrapped in bacon. They did that shit in BO2, and everybody bought it. Everybody bought that shit. Everybody just wanted bacon guns. But see, like,
Yeah.
the difference is back in BO2, when they sold that, and I wish for the fuck of me I could remember the pricing. I want to say they were like $2.99 to get the bacon pack. And when you got the bacon pack, that bacon skin went on every fucking gun in the game. And every game has that problem these days where they're trying to break everything up. And it was happening back when there was loot crates too, because they needed enough content to have enough fucking shit to pop out of these stupid fucking crates. But when you, like, weapon specific skins need to go the fuck away. That shit is so
Bad.
goddamn dumb.
That's terrible. And it's funny too, because like with all of this discussion of how they've padded the battle pass and like how there's lots of shit that nobody wants, there are no Covenant weapon skins. There are no weapon skins besides USNC skins.
It's not even just like Covenant, because unless you consider
Or Brute or whatever. Sorry.
Yeah, it's
I don't know
anything.
I don't know the
That's-
preferred nomenclature these days.
Right. I don't either, because apparently a fucking an elite. Do you guys know what the elites are?
Elites.
They're not Covenant. They're Sangheili. Found that out during the HCS stream. They did a little trivia. It was kind of cool. But anyways, yeah, I noticed like one of my favorite weapons in the game is the Mangler. And so I've got a shit ton of charms now. I've got bacon, I got pizza, I got Nerf darts, I got fucking the controller, I got a bunch of shit. So I'm like, okay, cool. I could just put a different charm on like everything in the game. And I started going, and I'm like, where's the? Oh yeah, the fucking Mangler's not here. And I'm hoping like, it doesn't make sense to me when they're trying to figure out how to monetize this game and the prices are what they are and everything. Like, how the fuck are you not going to have all these other weapons, all the Covenant weapons, all the Brute weapons, whatever the fuck, the Manglers, everything in there? Doesn't make sense to me. Like, you've got all these other weapons you can make attachments and skins and, you know, I don't know.
There's like a really weird part of me that feels like this is all planned. Like, they planned to have some shit that everybody would hate, and it was clearly a bad idea, so that when they fix it, they can win some points.
Like, Season 2 is going to be like, Covenant weapon skins!
Yeah, come
Covenant
back. We smashed all the skins together, so now you can apply any skin to anything. This is a minor thing, but last night I was playing, and I unlocked the... You know, in the Battle Pass, it's like each kind of stage is a different character from Reach. You get like all their shit.
Heroes of Reach.
Right. So I got to Jorge's stuff, George's stuff. I can't remember what his name is. And it's like, you know, he has like a brown armor and he has like a big beefy chest plate with like a shoulder piece that comes up and like protects that side of his head.
Right.
And it's the chest piece is like bright orange. And everybody else is like, if you put attachments on your armor, they don't interact with the shaders. They don't interact with the coloration. So like if you put a chest piece on, it's just gray. Right. Doesn't matter what the rest of your armor looks like. It's fucking gray. But if you have his armor shader on and you put that chest piece on, it turns orange and it looks cool because it's like part of his thing.
Right.
But that's the only armor piece that does that. So even with that armor shader, everything else is still just gray bullshit. Doesn't look good.
Right.
It's just like it feels half-assed. It just feels really half-assed.
Chest pieces and shit that are unique to a certain Spartan armor set too is like even scummier than the fucking like, well, this camo only works on this weapon.
Yeah.
You know, I don't understand. You could still design a billion fucking, I mean, it goes down to shoulders and knees and back and
the hand,
you know, chest and hands. So like you can already design a billion fucking different ideas around that. But when I buy a goddamn $15 flower, flowers up here, the bears on my chest. When I buy a $15 fucking, too. Okay, yeah, when I get a $15 pack that has fucking flowers and a bear in it, make it work across all the fucking different armor sets. That's absolutely ridiculous. It's just so stupid that you can't have a certain helmet on your guy because you want to use this armor set so you can use your fucking bear that you bought.
Yeah. I think that the whole concept of armor cores is like is just not really a good way to be doing this. I think they're going to find themselves backed into a corner like relatively quickly. Because what are you going to do? Like every season you come out with a new armor core and you say, well, I guess all the shit in the battle pass is for this one now.
I did see that they like straight up apologized on their little like holidays update video or whatever for the way that the first samurai event went or whatever. They like apologize and they're like, hey, we're changing this. We're gonna take like the whatever. I think they had swaps in there and stuff. They're like, we're taking all that stuff out. We're gonna add, they changed a bunch, but not only did they change a lot, they like sat there on camera, acknowledged that they fucked up and apologized for it, which was cool to see because that's a lot more than you get from a lot of these other studios. So my hopes are still very high.
So did you guys read anything about Halo Infinite today where Xbox boss discusses high-level staff departures that's just been recent?
No.
I guess they've had some senior leaders leaving Halo Infinite's development team. Turnover's natural, blah blah blah. There's always going to be, all right, here's the interesting quote, which maybe things are going to be getting better. the momentum of the project is going one way, and that person has a vision that's going the other way. So maybe they're like listening to what people are and putting those people on other projects and bringing in, different people.
Man, you could interpret that either way, though, I feel, too.
I know.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll see.
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm. The game itself is fun. I'll stick around because of that.
Right.
That's kind of my game right now. That's basically all I'm playing.
Right, same.
And I really enjoy the campaign, because to me it's a lot like Far Cry or Just Cause or like the Mad Max game, where you're like, settling these areas out, finding all these collectibles and shit, and then, just free roaming and killing people. I really like it, but I'm in the middle of like 3 other games, and it's hard to just like devote myself just to.
Is that what you've been doing this whole time? You
Probably.
have the worst ADD.
It's in the morning. This is the morning time. This is not normal. I should be drinking and having fun, but I'm not. I can't drink. I can't drink in the morning.
You have so many problems.
I'm glad to know that that's a bridge you haven't crossed.
It's unfucking real, my dude. Unreal.
Yeah, buddy. I have thought about. I sat down in my chair, and I'm not incredibly mobile today, so I was like, I was gonna get up and get my pocket, but I was like, fuck this. I know Frank will have his, and we'll just talk about it like that.
There it is.
Anal Og Pock Et.
Frank of Pallet Town is his handle on Twitter.
What did I name my guy? I think I named my trainer Dracula in Pokemon Yellow.
Oh, do you have an actual card of yellow?
I have an actual yellow cart, yes.
Yeah. Do you like go down to Ocean Avenue with it?
Get down to Electric
Yellow
Avenue.
cart.
Oh, yellow cart. Oh, I thought you said yellow card.
I had a buddy that went back and bought all the, like yellow, blue, red, and even some of the others had like the full collection of like the authentic carts. He just recently did it like a year or 2 ago. And it wasn't like, just like from a collector standpoint, maybe to play a little bit too. And then like everything this summer just like blew up. And he looked at full collections on eBay and he was like, so I'm going to sell this now because...
No, never sell
he
that
already
shit.
did.
Oh,
He
idiot.
did.
Who was that?
No.
Oh, you DM me. I'm going to kick him in the balls.
Yeah, I know. It's just like... But I mean, at the same time, I don't play... It's crazy right now, the way everything's going with gaming.
But
It's good to see, though.
Well, I mean, especially stuff in the handheld arena right now is becoming more valuable just because the Pocket just came out.
Yeah.
And we do need to talk about that despite Joey's... I mean, Joey got to play with mine at least a little bit.
I dabbled. Which,
So
by
you
the
have
way,
to
we failed on something.
original cart.
We did?
This is not a
Yeah,
fake.
remember? We tried something that we failed.
Oh, yeah.
I have a remedy in the mail, though.
Oh, very nice.
Oh, did you guys try to trade Pokemon with the cables?
No, we tried to play Mario Kart.
We tried to play Mario Kart on his modded Game Boy Advance.
Yeah, I have a
In my
modded
pocket.
GBA, like the
Yeah.
OG GBA, and then we actually compared the screens, and that was pretty cool. So he put his in GBA mode, and because it does like the fake whatever, and he tried to like match the brightness. It was definitely brighter, obviously. We kind of assumed that, but he downgraded the brightness to basically match mine, and they looked very similar. Like the emulation of that is really well done.
Yeah, because there's also... it also desaturates the colors a little bit. So, like, you can really... I mean, the effort that they put into getting the displays to mimic the old ones is, like, really impressive. And I know that that's in large part due to, like, the way those screens are made. The outrageous resolution of those screens
Yeah.
is just so bonkers.
But some of the pictures
never
that
gonna
you
do
guys
it.
were sending
Damn it.
early on, like, didn't even look real. They looked fake.
I know. It's kind of like that thing where you would walk up in a store to like a cell phone that was sitting on a counter and it would have a sticker on it
Yeah, you just want to peel
that
it
makes
off.
it Yeah, and you're like, oh, but it looks nice. It's like the screen does look kind of fake on the pocket, even in person. It's just really, really nice.
It's alien technology. It's so crazy how good it looks. Everything looks good on there. I played some Game Boy Advance games, like Iridium 3D, and I forget what else. And they look like you're playing like a fucking PlayStation. If you have it like on the settings or whatever, not the original settings, but the analog settings, it looks like it's like you're playing like a fucking PlayStation 1 game. You know, because of
you
how
you should see Shrek on it. Looks really good.
The game or do you have the video carts?
I have the video card.
Yeah.
we watched about 1 minute of Shrek at like 4 frames per second, and
no, we're probably the only people to have put a Shrek cart in an analog pocket. So
it's yeah. I mean, that's one way you could watch the movie. I guess it's probably not the worst way to watch it. I could probably think of a worse way, I guess, but you're not going to do that first try. You're going to bust out your fucking laser disc first.
You watch Tenet. Can we watch Tenet on it? Did anybody buy the Tenet on the Game Boy Advance cartridges or no?
I think there's only one, so
yeah, I don't think you can sell other people's movies when you put them on a Game Boy cart. I don't think that's how that works.
I don't even think he got it all on. Yeah, it's not. He put it on 3 or 7 or something too. I think it wasn't even a single cart. He had to break it up.
Yeah. What were you gonna say?
It's good for me though. The GBA games that use the triggers kind of suck. As you can see, I've kind of got a little nub thing going on, so it's kind of a little awkward. And on your format for like the GBA, it's a little bit wider, and you get those big paddles. These are tack switches. Go ahead.
I'm like 99% sure that they're going to introduce controller rebinding, and then you could probably just map those to the face buttons, because there's 4 face buttons instead of 2 like a regular Game Boy.
So these
Andrew mentioned that he was like, I wish they would have made it in the original Game Boy peripheral.
Yeah, I wish that it had that horizontal orientation, but I understand that they're trying to wanted to replicate the original DMG like as much as possible.
Right.
So these are pretty satisfying tack buttons, and then your front-facing ones are all of them are membrane. I like membrane over tack for like this.
I don't know if I agree with you.
Well, I do, because they're not like super clicky. I mean, they are if you hit them, but I mean,
I think that all in all, the thing is like built super well. It is plastic. It's plastic and glass. It's like it's got like a really nice matte finish on it. But it doesn't feel...
The screen thing that you showed me is...
Oh, yeah.
Interesting.
The screen itself is glass, is a nice slab of glass, but yeah, like as Frank is showing us, it rises above the level of the face of the thing.
It's not flush.
Is it above the buttons, or is it like...
It's not
is it
flush
with the buttons? The buttons are higher. Okay.
Buttons are higher.
At least it's not... Imagine if it was like the highest thing, if you were to lay it face down. I don't know why you ever would, but that would be bad. Not that glass isn't going to still make contact because of the way they designed it. It's kind of weird.
I'm pretty sure that the glass that they've used in it is like the same sort of glass, like Gorilla Glass that they put on phones now. So It's like, it's pretty sturdy. It's not going to get nicked up too bad if you just like are not as careful with it as you should be. But
it needs like a silicone sleeve that just adds that little bit of profile above it. To where if you were to lay it face down, or a kid lays it face down, or whatever.
I'm with you.
Is the clear case just a transfer case, a transport case, or is the clear case like a playable case? Because remember,
you can't play it. It's just a transport thing. It's just like a showpiece, basically.
Also, I think you guys think that I was lying about this, but I have to keep this like put in a drawer because my cats. There's something on it. I fucking said this, and you said your cats don't have a problem with it, but they are like infatuated with something.
Maybe it's like a frequency or something,
Or maybe it's whenever it's shut off. It's like maybe the kid.
Not a battery on the board anywhere. Maybe I don't know.
There it is.
My cats don't give a shit about it, so.
So I don't know. The kid making it like was eating a tuna sandwich or some shit. I don't know.
God, I hope.
I like it. I like it.
Is there like any numbers out there for those? Because I feel like they're just swimming in money now. They're going to be on Shark Tank. They're like, we sold 7 million of these units that we built in our garage.
I don't know, man. I have no idea. Because their production chain is like so fucked up. I remember this year they were also supposed to launch They were also supposed to launch a TurboGrafx 16 clone,
Yeah.
the Turbo Duo, or the Analog Duo. That's what it's called. And that's like, it was supposed to come out this year. They just delayed it like yesterday.
Yikes! I forgot that I bought the analog. That too. The analog like SNES. I bought one of each of those, like the Famicom version and the US version, and I bought the Genesis. I think I like found they were like stashed in a closet while I was getting the boys' Christmas presents down. There's just 3 boxes in there. I was like, "The fuck are these?" And I look, it was analog, and I was like, "Is this a?" My mind immediately was like, for some reason, I was like, "I got a pocket. How did I get a pocket?" And then I realized what they were, and I was like, kind of sad, but also excited.
Fucking you.
Yeah, dude, you gotta fucking bust those out, man.
Jesus.
I know. So my idea has been to get one of those Retron 5s or some shit for in here, because right now I have a PS5 and an Xbox hooked up. For whatever reason, if I need to stream off of a console or whatever, or record, I can, right? So I've been thinking about getting the Retron, because that one HDMI output, all retro games basically right there. But I know that they're not, they definitely don't get the best praise or anything. It's like, yeah, they work, but they're like, sometimes they work, So I'm thinking maybe I might just hook up my 2 analogs now, hook up my SNES and my Genesis. I don't remember how those work. Like the Genesis, well, I guess that wouldn't need to play anything back compat. But does the SNES analog, does that play NES and SNES, or is it just SNES?
No. Just SNES and Super Famicom.
See, I'm just trying not to have like 18 things hooked up that I have to like swap HDMIs from and everything. And
Well,
I guess I could get a splitter, but whatever.
It really depends on what you want, because like the analogs products are niche. Like they're not for everybody. If you just want something that's going to play your games and not give you a bunch of headaches, and you don't like, you're not going to fucking fret about a little bit of screen tearing, or, whether or not the dithering looks the way it's supposed to, then a Retron is probably going to be fine for you. Analog stuff is more just like, I buy into their shit because I love their like aesthetic. I love their design language. It's very clean, very nice looking. And I'm also stupid and have money to spend on that.
I will let you borrow the Retron if you want to borrow. If you can't find one to buy, I'll let you borrow this because it's collecting dust. Because I've had some problems with Genesis games getting stuck in it, like, really hard. The loading menu, like, really sucks. Nintendo NES games, sometimes they work, sometimes they don't, and I'm pretty sure that it's not the carts themselves. I think that it's this.
So that's picky, because I mean that's the thing too, is like, do you ever know with cartridge-based games, because unless you have like an authentic SNES to fucking try it.
And of course the controller that came with it is just like horrible,
Garbage.
gross.
Yeah.
But
It's terrible.
I would never touch one of those.
But you have your Super NES, your Nintendo, and your Genesis controller, so you can use 8-bit. You use anything that's a replica.
I would just use an OEM.
But on that note, I'm gonna show you one of your Christmas presents, Jehovah.
Okay. Oh, how bad is it?
I haven't been able to play it yet because, like I said, sometimes it's.
Yeah, there you go.
I think Total Recall on NES is actually maybe good. I don't remember.
So when I get, that's fucking awesome. I've actually been kind of just in that like, in the mood to go back and find all those obscure movie titles that got made in like the 90s and just buy them all regardless of if they're good or not. Like I saw that, like Waterworld's a game and it's supposed to be
it's horribly bad that it's good.
Right, but it's the Waterworld game, so I just want to have it, just to have it. But whenever we get done with the renovations and everything and my basement actually gets built, we're going to have not only are we going to have Golden Tee, Area 51, maybe if Frank can get my Bar Top Arcade actually fixed, we're going to have Rush, San Francisco Rush, and Silent Scope. Fuck, is it Silent Scope or Silent Scope? We're gonna have all those, but I'm gonna have just like one spot where we just hook up all the retro consoles, and just ideally a wall full of fucking cartridges and OG shit and everything, so we can just go down there and get drunk and like play shit that we would never play otherwise. You know what I mean? Like my vision is just having every option basically that you can think of, and just throw it in and have enough controllers for everybody to play and shit like that. So
I mean, that sounds like a blast.
yeah, I'm excited.
That sounds good. You gotta
Sound
see if
much
you can. You gotta see if you can buy a House of the Dead machine, though. That's what I'm holding out hope for. I
I can ask that guy. He literally, like, after he hooked up the two and left, he gave me his business card, which I don't remember where the fuck I put that, but I've got him on Facebook regardless. He was like, anything you could think of that you're looking for, he's like, just ask me. He's like, we've got warehouses full. He's like, this is what we do. So I was like, okay.
And man, I would have so many fucking questions for that guy. I don't own any like arcade coin-op machines, but like I went to arcades as much as I possibly could when I was a kid, as much as my parents or grandparents would take me. So like I just like that's such a like formative memory.
Hey,
for me.
Have you been to the Oak? Well, you probably haven't been to the Oak Park Mall recently, though, have you, Andrew? They have a place. Well, there's the two places in KC. You got like what is it, Up Down and whatever it is, and then
I've been to Up Down.
And then you've got at the Oak Park Mall. They've got this big room, and it's just you pay like by the hour, and you don't have to use any tokens or anything like that. I didn't go in there because I was it was already on a time crunch. But man,
dude,
that sounds great.
Up Down is such a good fucking deal if the place wasn't so goddamn popular that it's basically impossible to play anything because it's so fucking full. I don't remember like what night it was that we went there, if it was a Friday or Saturday or whatever, but it was Nate's bachelor party, and we went down there. I think it was like $20 or like $25 maybe, and you got 4 16-ounce like Miller Lights or whatever, just like your basic whatever, but they were like 4 16-ounce cans and like 100 tokens or something. I mean, it was like absurd. It was a fanny pack literally with their logo on it, full of tokens. It's just like more than you would even need, more than likely. And I spent like a couple dollars worth of those tokens because it was so fucking jam-packed full of people that finding anything that you could even just walk up and put tokens in was hard to do. But
yeah,
I mean, it's like I almost wish that place wasn't as popular as it is because it was really fucking cool. Like, it was worth it just for the beer, and then, like, the games were free, essentially.
When I was a kid in Kansas City at Station Casino, it's no longer Station Casino, now it's Ameristar. I think it's Ameristar now. They might have changed it again. Fuck, I don't know. But that was one of the places that I knew had a decent arcade, and every Tuesday, you could come in and you would pay $10 at 5 o'clock, and then they set all of the machines there that didn't give you tickets to free play.
Free play.
So it was like, I remember beating a lot of games like that. I would go there with my dad. My dad doesn't even play video games, but he was like, yeah, I'll play House of the Dead with you, sure.
So I wonder if, I've never been, like, during daytime, like,
well,
we were probably there at, like, 11 o'clock at night, so.
I've got a business proposition.
Let's open an arcade during COVID. Yeah, I'm for it.
No, we just
idea.
Rent out the entire thing instead of going to Fogo.
How much would that cost? Like, I know that renting out a theater and all that isn't actually that bad, but I would assume, like, it's different when it's not only is it an arcade, it's a bar. Like, renting out a bar for an entire night, unless it's like a fucking Tuesday, I feel
I'll pay the bar tab.
Worth their while.
I'll pay the bar tab for everybody. We'll cap it at like $3,000, and we'll just know that I'll be drinking like 80% of the booze.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, if you rent it out for the night, you get access to all the fucking all the games and all the beer you want. And I'm like, we didn't tell you we're bringing Frank, so now you're out of business.
It'd be one of those nights where I have to take 4 shirts to drink in because I'm constantly spilling beer all over myself. I have to change shirts, which has happened.
I'm guessing you haven't, but the place in Sedalia, the mini golf,
Leisure,
yeah. Are they even still open?
I don't know, but I'd like to run that place.
Well, I remember like the last time I went in there was like a surprisingly there's a lot more arcades in there than what I even realized. Like last time I went in there, I was like, holy shit! But just like no one goes there. It's crazy. They've got go-karts, mini golf, pool tables, and a decent sized fucking arcade. And like you never hear of anyone out here ever going there. Like no one books birthday parties there and shit. As far as I know, I don't even know how they're still in business. But yeah, Frank, you and I need to rack up some money and we'll just buy that place. and actually put some advertisement into it and turn it around and call
I
it
know
the
you
fucking metaverse.
Sorry, I know you guys have limited experience, but if you could pick one arcade machine that you could just have, what would you pick? Not and don't you can't say like a 50-in-1 that like that. That shit don't fly.
Yeah.
I would maybe give you one of those SNK ones that had like multiple slots, because they had like 4 max, I think, and you could switch between the games. But that's all I'm giving you.
I think like my knee-jerk reaction would always be like Area 51, just because that's the one that I always like. It just, when you think of like the most badass arcade as a kid, I think that was it. That's like the first light gun game I ever remember seeing as an arcade cabinet, and it was pretty much everywhere. It was because it was super popular, and just I don't know, but and I already have that one. But other than that, and Andrew and I talked about it a little bit, is those fucking Mario Kart arcades are super fucking cool. And if you have more than one, which a lot of the racing games are like that, it's not necessarily unique to Mario Kart, but you link them together and you actually race against each other and shit. So, which my San Francisco Rush has that capability, by the way. So if we find another one, boys, we can land that bitch.
My God.
What? All right, I can't really pick one, but it'd probably be Area 51 or Carnival. Right? Was that?
Oh yeah, shit.
Carnival.
Forgot about that one.
Carnival was awesome.
And then
with the shotguns that you could pump.
And then was it Rush 2049? Was that the one that came out after?
The futuristic one.
I think that I kind of like that one a little bit more than that one. Yep. But then, isn't there like Cruis'n Exotica too? Like I fucking loved. I mean, like it's so hard for me to say because I had my last 2 jobs. At one point, my last job for like 5 years, I had an arcade directly across from me, and I had access to all the tokens. So, I mean, but I do remember from my childhood, one of my favorite arcade games that I've ever played, and it is so absurd, was a fucking Street Luge game. And I've never been able to see one of those ever again in my entire life. But it was fucking like...
Never saw one of those.
Fucking Street Luge. Like...
I remember...
That's crazy.
There was like a while there where there were so many arcade games that had big elaborate things that you had to do. Like I remember there was a skateboarding game that you had to like pump the tail of. You had to like kick it to do ollies and shit. It was really fucking hard to do if you were a little kid with little kid legs.
I'd be too scared of that one too. Do you guys remember, because I've brought this up to some people and they don't remember it, and I'm pretty sure it's not a fever dream, but the Star Fox arcades?
We've talked about this before.
Yeah,
there was one at the fucking bowling alley in Sedalia of all places. There was like, I mean, they only had like 6 arcade machines. They had that back room, but I don't think that was always there. I remember it wasn't even back in that arcade room. It was right outside the door of the bar. There was just a fucking Star Fox arcade. And I remember thinking that was like the craziest shit.
I still think you're... Like, I think we looked this up, and I think it does exist, but I still think you're wrong. I still think you're thinking of, like, Afterburner or something.
I'm so fucking sure.
Trying to find if this place is still open or not. It looks like it's open, but I can't... I see closed for the season. They're closed for the season. They're closed. They're going to be back up in springtime. It's still there.
Who?
Leisure.
Leisure?
Yeah.
Dude, let's just go in with a sack of quarters and offer to buy the place.
I think for me, for owning a coin-op arcade, since you guys asked, would probably be... It would probably either have to be like a classic fighting game like Street Fighter 2 or Marvel vs. Capcom 2, something like that in a cabinet I've always wanted to have. Or a game like The Simpsons arcade or X-Men arcade.
What are your thoughts on the one-up one?
Beat 'em up. Well, we talked about this a little bit when I was over at your place, but like I love the X-Men arcade game. I think it's awesome. But the one I would want had 2 CRT TVs next to each other.
Yeah,
and had 6 joysticks
crazy.
on it.
I've never heard
of that.
It
was fucking massive. It was so big. So it's like I wish if One Up made a version of that somehow, I would consider it. Or yeah, like Turtles in Time is also up there, of course.
Gauntlet. Fuck.
I'm excited to see.
Oh man, yeah.
Where One Up Arcade starts going with things, because they got pretty trashed on early on. Their emulation was really bad, and like the buttons and joysticks even and everything. But if you I listened to a guy the other day, and he was talking about how much they've progressed since then, and they're really starting to kind of get stuff figured out. And
They look a lot better now than they did before.
there's
I'll
a
give them that.
rumor that Blitz might be coming, which I think would be really cool because I keep being real tempted to buy the 4-player NBA Jam, but I've never really been into basketball and everything. But everybody like dabbles in some NBA Jam just because it's so silly
Yeah,
and it just
it's
can
great.
be fun, especially 4-player. Like, why not nab one? I think I might, but Blitz I would 100% buy.
Oh, I
That's
forgot
gotta-
about NFL Blitz. Jesus Christ.
That's got to be a nightmare with all the fucking licensing and shit.
And wasn't there
Yeah.
the NBA Jam too for the fucking arcade? And what was
Yeah.
oh my god. And Blitz
what we were
was
just talking
fucking
about,
fun.
yeah.
Blitz was so fucking cool.
There's a
Blitz
4-player
is great.
cabinet for 1UP Arcade for NBA Jam that I'm really tempted to get.
Oh man.
They make a machine that has, I think, X-Men Arcade, but it also has like Children of the Atom, and I think some other X-Men games in it too. It might have like X-Men versus Street Fighter.
I mean, there's a few of those that 1UP has that are like collections. Yeah, like you can get Galaga on like, I think you can get Galaga Galaxy, and then you can get one that's like Pac-Man, Miss Pac-Man, Pac-Man. There was like 4 Pac-Mans and Galaga.
There's
And then there's a cabinet with like Frogger and like 6 other games. It's pretty fucking cool what they're doing. And they're I've seen people be like, but they're so much of a pain in the ass to put together. No, they're not. I got the golden tee. I mean, it's a fucking arcade cabinet shipped to your front door. Shut the fuck up. I don't understand. It's not that bad. But yeah, they're doing some fun shit over there, man.
I've turned my nose up at them in the past just because.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anytime I
no,
walk
they're
up to an
shitty
arcade,
people.
anytime that I walk up to an arcade cabinet that has a modern screen on it, like a flat screen LCD or something, I kind of tune out. Like if it doesn't have that shitty old CRT, because they
Right.
all look like garbage now. It doesn't do it for me. It doesn't get my rocks off.
So, but I don't want to buy the 1UP Arcade ones because they're blatant ripoffs of that other company's shit. Did you see anything of that? No. If you look into it, the 1UP Arcade ones, the ones that they sell at like Micro Center and all over the place on the internet and shit, they actually, I'm pretty sure, I'm like 100% on this, is that they stole like the cab designs, like the MDF cutouts and everything. Like from
We lost you, Andrew.
Huh? No, you didn't. I'm still here.
I've seen while I've been looking into 1UP Arcades that there is like another company out there, but I didn't even like click into their website, I don't think, because it looked that obscure.
maybe it's not them,
But-
but
I wouldn't doubt that they, I mean, there's so much shit like that where like someone has a really cool concept going and then people with the money and the connections come in and license it and turn it into what it is,
Because
I
brought this
really
up,
wanted to
do
get one of the
need
1UP Arcades, but then I was reviewing stuff because you can get into a real wormhole of buying cabinet stuff.
Oh yeah.
Um,
But there's certain ones that also make a lot more sense, like getting an original golden tee or even emulating it. I mean, you just the 1UP Arcade is the obvious option there,
Right.
and it's really solid. I saw some people saying that there was like trackball issues and stuff like that, but I've had no complaints about mine, and it's a super fun cab for like when people come over and you can start up a fucking 4-player match of golden tea and have some drinks. It's super super fun.
Because I brought this up earlier, I need to finish the thought. 1UP Arcade makes a 4-player X-Men cab. It's not 6, but hey, that's pretty good.
Right.
And they also make another Marvel cab that has Children of the Atom, maybe the Arcadium, I can't quite tell. X-Men vs. Street Fighter and Marvel vs. Capcom, the first one on it. So that's a pretty solid cabinet too. But also fuck that these are like 3/4 size. I hate that shit.
Right.
Be full size.
Are you done with that
I'm
thought?
an adult man.
Yeah, but you're also
I'm an
tiny
adult.
in stature. You're
I am petite for an adult man, sure.
That just didn't need to be said, though.
all right, but like, all right, so I've got like 2 projects I got to work on right now. I got more than that. I got a lot more because I still haven't mounted up my fucking My VR system. But anyways, I need to get the European adapter, figure out exactly which adapter I need to fix the arcade thing, and get a hold of that guy and talk to him.
Are you talking about for like just for power?
Yeah.
You can get those on Amazon. Like
I know.
When I bought those when I went to Europe, I got like a fucking 10-pack, and they came to my house in 2 days, and it was like $10.
But I drove to like Target and the pawn shop, and nobody had any adapters.
Well, fucking of course not. Why would they?
Yeah. You're not doing a lot
You
of
have the internet,
travel.
boomer, Frank.
Hey,
I
look
can
at
order
this.
it now. You'll have it in 2 days. Cool.
Here's another project I gotta fix, though.
Arcade's more important.
Look at this thing. This thing...
Why did you buy a vintage camera?
I didn't buy it. My mom and dad gave it to me because they bought it before they lived in Belize, so it's like 35 plus years old.
It's probably worth like $1,200. Just sell it.
No, I'll fix it. Oh, I finally
I'm
figured
sure
out
the
how to
lens
get
is worth something at least.
What are you, a fucking camera collector now?
I am now.
Oh my god.
He doesn't don't ask him questions like that. Like he just buys things. He's a magpie essentially with a big wallet.
Well, did you?
I do the same thing, so I can't say too much. But Jesus Christ,
I got a really nice lens. I got some really nice glass for the other camera that I'm gonna give to my parents so they can do nature photography whenever all the pelicans and the seagulls come in for the winter. But this thing is so cool, and there's only like one person in KC that can do repairs on these, and then the other person is like in Topeka. Ugh, right?
It's not a thing anymore.
Yeah. It still has the 35 years ago that they bought before they went down to Central America. It still has the quality control pass sticker on it.
Nice.
And I've got film for it. And it's got a pretty good lens. These old Canons, the AL1s, these are like whenever they first started fucking with like autofocus technology too. So
I just sold one of those like 9 months ago,
Shut
probably
up.
on my eBay.
Shut up. One of these.
An AL1, yeah. I bought an entire like garage full of camera shit from a lady on Facebook, and I've been piecing it out for over a year.
Which garage is this stored in?
Shut up.
Which warehouse is this stored in?
The one with the security system and cameras.
So either one of them?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh. Hey, also, this is very important. This is important.
I doubt it.
That's what I was going to say.
The screen printing equipment. Did you ever find the screen printing equipment?
I told you right where it was when you were in my house. It's in the garage.
Oh, I thought you said it was in
Up
the
on the
base.
shelf.
Oh, fuck. My bad.
Oh, I can show you next time you come out here. I've got so much shit that needs to be done. My dick needs played with, and got a bunch of shit need moving around, and
You can handle probably both those on your own.
but I'd rather not. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Why? You have a
that
brand
seems-
new camera.
That seems like a good place to cut it here. Running out of steam. And we still have to play video games and shit. I'm gonna be so fucking tired.
Speaking of my Steam Deck, that'll be here sometime.
Wait, is nobody gonna like have a word, or what are we doing?
No, yeah, no, of course. I was floating the idea that we should stop, and I wanted to see how you guys reacted.
It was a soft
And
stop,
then-
not a hard stop.
And if you reacted favorably, then I was going to close the show. This is a little peek behind the curtain for everybody, because this is still in the podcast.
At least we all have clothes on.
Thank you to
Say the same
Javelin for
every
letting.
peek behind the curtain.
Shut up. Thank you to Javelin for letting us use your song, Set Up Popensky as our theme. Thank you to Tyler Edwards for the art of the train. I never figured out why it has a straw in its mouth. That has always eluded me.
It's sucking that gravy, boy. It's sucking that gravy up.
Sucking-
It runs on gravy. It drives on gravy and it runs on gravy, bro.
So it's doing some like Kenny G circular breathing type shit?
Yeah.
All right.
It's a perpetual motion machine.
By the way, if
The
you're
fu-
not catching us on stream every Wednesday, you're doing it wrong. Basically, I would say about noonish every Wednesday. Look for the tweet. There'll always be a tweet. As long as we're on top of our shit and not being fuck ups, there'll be a tweet that'll have Andrew's stream, Frank's stream, and my stream. So you can
Come
watch
check us
one
out.
or all three at the same time.
We're at Tim the Tapman on Twitch.
Yep.
You know
The
what?
word of the week. What?
I fucking hate Wade the bug.
Get it in.
Wade the bug catcher. He always fucking keeps calling me.
Okay.
Like he's finna stick his ditto in my Miss Jinx.
The word this week is saxophone.